like you know what I'm about, baby.
What is up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Sakira, aka your favorite cosmic fairy. If you're not new, you already knew that, period. But welcome, you guys. It's the full moon in Virgo. It's late. We're gonna talk about it. I got a nice little collective reading for you guys to see what energies are coming towards us as a result of this full moon in Virgo energy. You guys, I'm feeling the vibes already. Like Virgo sun, I'm feeling the vibes already. But that's neither here nor there, you guys. It's been a little while. Your girl had to take a brief hiatus. There's been a lot of rebranding going on, especially like on Instagram, stuff like that. So go check it out. Socials are linked down below. But you guys, I really did miss you, and I was determined to come on here come hell or high water. Like, it's getting done. It is what it is. So here we are, here we go. We're not even gonna waste time with the shenanigans, you guys. We're getting into, I was gonna say the pick a card. The pick a card's coming Friday, but we're getting into the collective reading, and that's on period. So tuning in with the collective for this full moon in Virgo. What needs to be heard, said in honest spirit? What do we need to know at this time? I just saw surrender outdated beliefs about yourself. Big Virgo energy. Virgos are known to be, you know, almost like the biggest self-critics of the zodiac signs. And even if you don't have Virgo in your chart, you will still be impacted by this energy in some way or shape, form, or another, right? So I feel like that's relevant to the collective at this time, because we all have limiting beliefs that we're walking with that impact us, that shape our lives, that kind of alter the way that things are happening for us, because of, again, what you believe to be true will manifest, right? We have surrender to joy. I love to see it, period. Surrender to divine timing. I love to hear it, period. And surrender to inner peace. And I saw that as I was shuffling too, but we're going to read it. Back of the deck energy. Surrender to complete healing. Full moon in Virgo. We're releasing. Let's get into it. So this says, open fully to the loving, compassionate forces of the universe that support your physical, emotional, and spiritual healing. So I like this a lot, because I do feel like, you know, with full moon energies, we tend to get triggered a lot. It tends to be a very heavy emotional time. But those heavy emotions come to the surface. Listen, the tongue-tied, it just doesn't stop, you guys. But those heavy emotions tend to come to the surface so that we can process them, we can become aware of them, we can release them, right? So at this time, with this full moon energy in Virgo, I feel like Spirit is really giving us an opportunity to completely surrender to the energy of being healed, whether it's physically, whether it's emotionally, but whether it's mentally, right? Again, going back to those limiting beliefs. But the first card out is surrender to joy. And I really like the vibes of this card, because you have like a person who's dancing. I know I personally can relate. I love to dance, but I feel like this is just an energy of being free-spirited, really opening up to what happiness looks like for you. And it says, a key to positive change in your life is to let joy in and savor it. Indulge in random acts of smiling during both the hard and easy times. Keep surrendering to more joy. So I do feel like it's an energy where, yes, this full moon in Virgo is going to come with some chaotic energies. It's going to come with some heavy turmoil, internally speaking, right? But Spirit wants us to remain in that energy where we are smiling through both the good times and the hard times, right? Finding reasons to be joyful, or to at least, you know, experience what happiness is internally, even when we feel like things are basically falling to shit around us. Yes, we're going to be transparent, you guys. It's late. Sakira's feeling spicy. It is what it is. But I can feel it, because I've been talking to a lot of people, and a lot of people are on the same wavelength. Like, the energies are just crazy. Comment below if you're feeling it too. But next we have surrender to divine timing. And I like this too. It says, sometimes divine timing may differ from your ego's timing. If a goal isn't manifesting fast enough according to your ego, be patient and trust the universal flow. So I do feel like there is a divine timing. There is a divine flow to all of the things that are happening. And again, I was saying, like, full moons are specific times, specific phases where we get to be greeted by these deep, heavy emotions so that we can become aware of them. A lot of times we suppress these emotions down into the subconscious mind. And when it's there, we're not aware of it, right? It's no longer in the conscious mind. Therefore, it's no longer a distraction for us. It's no longer something that we have to give energy to or focus on, because it's suppressed out of awareness. But with divine timing, I feel like the divine timing that's really at play is the timing of which your feelings are going to be coming up for you. It's going to be very specific triggers. It's going to be specific people. It's going to be specific timing. It's going to be even around maybe specific goals, because Virgo, this particular full moon in Virgo is really giving vibes of like, we have things we want to do. We have talents, we have gifts, we have things, abilities that we want to present to the world. Do we feel good enough about it, right? When we are doing what we feel like we need to do, if it's not manifesting fast enough, right? Like, let's say you are a content creator, you're putting out your content and maybe it's not getting, you know, the recognition or the attention that you wanted to get, let's just say, right? Or let's say you're starting a business and you're not getting the clientele as fast as you would want it to come in for you, right? This is the moon, the full moon energy that's going to come and help you trigger basically feelings of like self-worth, because a lot of times you can begin to take those energies personally, right? Like, okay, like my business is not doing as well as I wanted to do, right? Or my relationship's not doing as well as I wanted to do, or, you know, I feel like I have all these gifts and abilities, but I don't feel like I'm as gifted as I need to be to show the world, right? All of these things, all of these limiting beliefs that we have kind of stem from like self-worth, doubting yourself, not having faith in what you can do, right? Knowing that you can be, do, or have it all those things. So divine timing is going to be at play when we look at the triggers, how they come in, when they come in, and how they relate to what it is that we want to manifest, how it relates to how we feel about ourselves, our self-image, our self-worth, all that good stuff, right? But lastly, we have surrender to inner peace, and I like it. So it says, cultivate inner peace on a daily basis and quiet meditative moments, emphasis on meditation. Focus on the stillness within and enjoy this inner refuge. Others will feel your good vibes too, and your life will flow more easily. So more energy of maintaining good vibes even throughout the energies of what may be happening during this full moon, what may be coming up for you. I feel like it's an important thing to keep in the back of your mind, because I do feel like, again, it's giving trigger city. Like, I'm not going to hold you guys. For me personally, you guys, whole sidebar, it hasn't been too bad. I've been doing a lot of work on myself in recent past, and so I feel like this full moon in Virgo, it's triggering some things, yes, but I've had more triggering full moons in the past than this one, right? So that's cool, fine, and dandy. I'm grateful. But I feel like everybody's going to be different, right? Like, some people, if you haven't been doing the work on yourself, or you haven't done enough of the work on yourself to not be as triggered, then these triggers are going to come to greet you with love, but it may not feel like love in that moment. And it's up to you to remain in peace. It's up to you to find that energy of being joyful, right? Like, cultivating these energies. But I do like this emphasis on like in quiet, still meditative moments, because I feel like meditation is going to be a really, really big, it's giving like hermit card energy, like going within in a big way to do like, you know, self-analysis, self-assessment is to meditate. When you meditate and you quiet the mind, you're able to hear all of those thoughts that want to come up, that keep wanting to, you know, like boom, like if you're in meditation, it's not, the goal is not to quiet your mind. You do quiet your mind initially so that you can get into like a focus, into a concentrated state. But as you are meditating, you will hear thoughts come up for you. You will hear certain like energies come into your mental state. And those energies are the things that you need to be aware of, that you would normally probably suppress, you would normally probably reject or deny or probably like ignore, right? Those are the things that are going to require your attention. So meditation might be a really, really good theme to capitalize on for this full moon in Virgo. Take it as it resonates, you guys. Maybe some of you guys are already doing the whole meditation thing, but you know, it never hurts to do it on a daily basis. That's what this card says anyway. Like, making time for self every day, it's essential, right? Like, that's a part of self-love, self-care, self-worth. When you make those times for yourself to cultivate whatever it is, like sometimes, like boom, going back to the energy of this card, she's dancing. She's not necessarily meditating, but she's doing something to give to self, to even self-soothe, right? But some of you guys, you have ways in which you like to self-soothe, hopefully healthy ways, right? But again, making time every day, whether it's meditation, whether it's dancing, whether it's chanting, whether it's praying, whether it's altar time, right? Like spending time with your altar, whatever your thing is, make sure you find time to do that, especially around this time, because it is going to be important for you. So connecting with the energy of the collective for this full moon in Virgo, Spirit, what needs to be heard, said, and honored. Connecting with the energy of the collective for the full moon in Virgo, what needs to be heard, what needs to be said, what needs to be honored. What needs to be heard, what needs to be said, what needs to be honored. Connecting with the energy of, Embrace enthusiasm. Shout to the joy. No, sorry. Shout to the heavens with happiness. I was thinking about that card that said joy. So again, embracing enthusiasm, finding reasons to remain happy, finding things that can I'm big energy of self-soothing, because I do feel like this is going to be like a very critical time for a lot of us, where we are hard on ourselves, where we are starting to really go deep and realize that we've been our own biggest stumbling block. We've been our own biggest challenge or obstacle, right? Like nobody's standing in our way but us at this point. And I feel like this is the full moon that's going to bring some of this energy to the surface. And again, it's loving, mystic healer. It's giving hermit card vibes, you guys. Like I was saying, you know, these triggers, it's going to be loving. It's coming from a universal love, but it may not feel like that as you are going through the thick of it, right? Into the thick of it, right? Wandering path, enjoy the journey. Oh my God. It's like so many vibes, you guys, of just finding joy, enjoy the journey. Shout to the heavens with happiness as you embrace enthusiasm. It's like, again, let me read this card because I just said mystic healer. It says healing energy flows through you and to you. So again, more energy of healing. It's like these things are coming up to help you heal, and it's not for you to take, you know, what's coming up for you personally. A lot of times, especially when we're getting triggered, centered around like other people, like when people are being our triggers. It's one thing when life is triggering you, when you know your plans aren't going according to plan and you can't really control that, stuff like that. But when it's other people, a lot of times we want to play victim, we want to blame, we want to point fingers, right? And I feel like this is not the time to do that, right? Even if people are coming as the catalyst for your healing, embrace them with love as much as you can. Embrace the triggers with love as much as you can. Embrace your path, your journey with love as much as you can, because the sooner you get through this energy, the better off you'll be. You'll be able to you'll be able to navigate, right? We got a fox here, sneaky fox, swiper, no swiping, but you'll be able to better navigate what you're about to get into. I feel like, again, manifestations, especially going back to what we said earlier, like if we've been manifesting and things aren't happening according to what we feel like it's happening, or according to what we feel like it should be happening, as far as like timeline goes, this is the full moon that's going to help us to dive deep to see what beliefs we hold about ourselves that's preventing us from doing that. Back of the deck energy, narrow pathway, tread thoughtfully. Interesting word, thoughtfully, the mental realm, right? We've been talking about limiting beliefs a little bit, and I feel like the pathway is very narrow because, again, you are walking a path where you're on the healing path, right? But if you stray too far to the left, if you stray too far to the right, it may give vibes of like, well, no longer am I focused on healing. Now I'm looking at this perspective over here. This thing's happening. I'm getting triggered. I don't like it. I'm pointing fingers. I'm blaming. This thing's happening over here to the right. I'm getting triggered. Life is going according to life's plans, not my plans. And I can't take it. I can't deal with it, right? Like you have to be very thoughtful. You have to be very calculated. You have to be very meticulous as you are going through these triggers, because they're coming again to help you, but it may not feel like that. And it's easy to get distracted in the emotion that comes up for you, instead of taking the emotion as information, as lessons, as, you know, guidance almost, right? Interesting. We have a compass here. It's guiding you on your path, the path to healing, which I like a lot. But let's see. What deck do I want to use next, you guys? This is not the longest collective reading, you guys. I just wanted to pull some energies, but let's see what we got going on here. I'll use this deck. Connecting with the collective for the full moon in Virgo. What needs to be heard, said in honor, spirit? For the collective with this full moon in Virgo. I don't know why I was so hyped. Ooh, lunar eclipse change, period. Definitely change is underway. You are definitely heading, you know, in a more healed direction. Should you allow these triggers to come and do what they actually are needing to do? A lot of us, you know, again, we get distracted when the triggers come up because we start to see it for, not for what it is, but we start to see it for what our trauma perceives it as. Let's put it that way, right? Like a lot of times, let's say, you know, you're, again, going back to the energy of business, going back to the energy of like having skills and abilities and talents and gifts, right? When you have had like a traumatized past where maybe you've been, you know, shamed about the things that you're doing, or maybe you've put yourself out there and you didn't get the feedback that you want. If you never healed that energy, It may come up for you again with this full moon energy where maybe you're getting triggered into feeling the same feelings or thinking those same thoughts. And it's like, this is the way to change it. You can only change what you're aware of. Hence the full moon bringing all these things to the surface so that we can become aware and we can start to do the work, right? Mystic healer. Healing energy flows, I want to say to you and through you, but it definitely just says it flows through you. So this is a time where healing wants to come into your life. It wants to help you, and the universe wants you to embrace this process with enthusiasm. It wants you to be happy because this is a good thing happening for us, right? No matter what your triggers look like, it is a good thing happening for you. Nothing bad ever happens to you. Everything always happens for you. We have Aries, I am. So we're talking big personality, big identity shifts, right? Like you're changing who you are. We're going from being maybe victims to being empowered. Maybe we're going from lack of belief to having more faith in ourselves. Maybe we're going from, people who were ashamed or scared to put ourselves out there in a certain way to people who are now empowered enough to do it and feel brave and courageous about it, right? But at the back of the deck, we have Pisces, I believe, talking about faith. This is what I'm talking about, you guys. It's like, you are the bomb. Like, let me say this again to you guys. You guys got what you need to have. You can be, do, or have it all. And it's time that you just start believing in yourself. All of us, right? Like to some degree or another, I feel like all of us, we lack faith in what it is that we're capable of. This full moon in Virgo is really a critical time where we're going to be critical on ourselves, and all of those thoughts that we've ever had, all of those limiting beliefs, all of those traumas that we've never healed from, those are going to be brought to the surface so we can finally release them, be done with them, and start to live our best lives, right? Begin to live our best lives in whatever way our path is ready to support us with, right? Like all of us, our journeys are going to look different. Our skills, our abilities are different. Our gifts, our talents are different, right? But whatever your soul put you in this incarnation, to do, whatever your specific gifts, talents, skills, abilities are, it's definitely time that you start acting on them. And I know it can be hard to act on it when you don't necessarily have the faith. It can be, right? But this is the full moon that's going to help us to enhance our belief in ourselves. We're healing the wounds that tell us that we're not good enough. That's what it's kind of coming down to, you guys. Ow, that really hurt. You guys, full moon in Virgo got me, I don't even know. But you know what? Let's talk about it. Connecting with the collective. What's going on? You guys, I feel like I'm getting my groove back. Like I've been on a roll this past weekend, going into this week with getting content ready, getting emails ready, all that good stuff. If you guys have not seen the YouTube community post yet, I am hosting a new series on the Clickbait Network called Open Your Eyes. And I do think it is something that you guys will enjoy watching. So stay tuned for that. But that was just me reiterating how booked and busy I've been, and I've really just been on the grind. But it's been that kind of week, you guys. It's been a gears grinding, wheels to the street, wheels to the pavement, non-stop kind of vibe. And I feel like it took for me to begin to believe more in myself, to feel comfortable even getting back into this flow, getting back into this groove, So you're not alone, you guys. Sakira's right here with you, working on self, going through the triggers with you guys. It is what it is. We got the 8 of Wands in reverse. We're talking about blocking the blessings with the 2 of Swords. Yeah, sitting in stagnant energy. It's like some of us, we sit in stagnant energy because we can't see the truth for what it really is. The Page of Cups in reverse. Yeah. Okay, let me just get the cards out and then we'll talk about it. Connecting with the collective spirit. What needs to be heard? What needs to be said? What needs to be honored? The freaking Hermit. I told you guys it's giving Hermit card vibes. I can't make this up. I'm telling you, it really is. It's like, speaking of full moon in Virgo, Hermit card, right? But I felt it. It is what it is, you guys. Judgment. I'll leave it right there. They said stop right there. That's the 5th card, period. Okay. We got the 4 of Wands. So when it comes to your ability to feel stable, to feel solid, to feel like you have some type of firm foundation for yourself, like, yes, this is a card of like foundations with relationships and partnerships and marriage, but also it's internal in nature. It's a home, and a home is not just where you live, but your body is a home for your soul, right? Like the dwelling space. And so I feel like it's about, let me see something. Eight of Pentacles in reverse, not doing the work. It's about really establishing a firm foundation for ourselves. And more or less, I feel like it's going to be highlighting how we haven't been doing the work to do that, because we haven't been healing ourselves. We haven't been releasing those wounds, those triggers, those traumas, those negative beliefs about ourselves, right? We haven't been tuning into having more faith, more belief in what's possible for us. But that being said, that's been the reason why maybe for a lot of us, we felt stagnant. We felt like things haven't been moving in a certain direction or at a fast enough pace, right? Because when this card is right side up, it's very quick energy. It's very fast moving, rapid energy. It's moving you, it's momentum, it's going somewhere. You're going somewhere, period. But with this being in reverse, this is a blockage. This is lack of movement or very, very slow movement. And I feel like this is happening because a lot of us, I heard, are playing blind, but a lot of us are literally in this energy where we're at a stalemate. We don't really know what to do. We don't really know how to play this because we have thoughts that maybe conflict, right? Maybe we have thoughts that tell us we want to do these things, but we have other thoughts that tell us that we can't do it. We're not good enough. We're not ready yet. We're not worthy enough. It's not going to work out for us, whatever those things are, but it feels like big conflict. And a lot of times when we have this really big conflict, when we have this imbalance even, it can result in lack of movement or very, very slow movement, right? And then we have this Page of Cups in reverse at the center of this part of the spread. And it tells me that the main focus here is that we haven't opened ourselves up to, like, the pages in tarot, they represent like childlike energy, right? Even if it's not age specific. But this is childlike feminine energy. And feminine energy, whether you're a man or a woman watching, it's really just tied to the ability to receive, right? To get that inspiration, to get, like, you know, certain flows going in and receiving inspirations, downloads, good ideas, and being open to it, right? Not so much the execution of it, but the receiving of it, the connecting to the initial idea. And I feel like a lot of us, we're not really connected to our heart spaces. It feels almost like a fear, like we can't do it. It's not going to work. Is it going to play out in my favor? I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know if people will receive this well. But whatever this is, this full moon in Virgo is coming to help us become aware of how our hearts have been closed off. We haven't even, it feels like, been willing to try enough to really put ourselves out there in the ways that feel good to us or the ways that we've been wanting to, right? And that's on period. But next we have, I'll do these two together, big major arcana energy, the Hermit card, Virgo energy, and Judgment. I was going to say Justice. Judgment, which is, I want to say Pluto energy. So this is big transformation energy. It's like your life can transform with some self-awareness, with some inner shadow work, and with the decision to actually just say yes to whatever it is. I feel like we can only say yes to certain opportunities, say yes to what it is that we've been wanting to cultivate, to manifest, once we become aware of the shadow. And that's what this full moon in Virgo is helping us to do, helping us to become aware of our shadows that's been keeping us almost like in the dark when it comes to moving forward. It's been keeping us in this stagnant, stalemate energy. And a lot of us, again, that energy has been suppressed out of awareness deep into the subconscious mind. So only by going deep will you discover what it is that you need to know about self. And then you'll be able to make a certain decision moving forward. You'll be able to better navigate the path that you're meant to be on, right? Because your path, you're on your path. Don't get me wrong. Any triggers you're dealing with, any stagnant energy that's coming up for you, any of those vibes, it's meant to be in your pathway right now because it's going to help you to grow. But if you really want to, move along the path, this is the time, this is the opportunity to get a lot of healing done, to really start releasing the things that no longer serve us, and to start believing in ourselves, believing that things are possible for us, believing that we can be, do, or have it all. Let me see. As I split the deck, what does it say? The Eight of Swords, getting stuck in the mental space, those negative thoughts that are on rinse, wash, and repeat, cycling over and over in the mind that keep us, again, another blindfold. Look at that keep us blinded to the truth of the matter. And the truth of the matter, again, I'm gonna keep saying it, we can be, do, or have it all, you guys. You've been ready. I'm gonna put it like that. You've been ready for whatever this is that you're wanting to act on, whatever this is that you're wanting to manifest. You've been ready. It's those thoughts that have been convincing you otherwise. And it's time for that to stop. Like, this is where we're at. This is where we're healing, or what we're healing. This is what we're releasing. And that's on period, you guys. I'm gonna close out real quick with some crystal medicine. Let's see what crystal would really serve us well with this full moon in Virgo. Connecting with the collective spirit. What needs to be heard, said, and honored? What crystal will serve the collective well For this full moon in Virgo, what needs to be heard, said, and honored? What crystal would serve the collective well? For the full moon in Virgo, one more shuffle. Can we get one crystal for the full moon in Virgo to close out? For the collective, full moon in Virgo vibes. Ooh. Citrine. I love to see it. Okay. So you guys, I'm going to read this to you. There's some info on the back, but get a good look at the card. Let me give you a little close up. All right, so citrine, what it is, a must-have for wannabe makers of art, how noble. Money, how gauche. Citrine is a pale gold to smoky brown quartz. Those candy yellow citrines you find at the shops are oh my God. Those candy yellow citrines you find at shops are actually heat-treated amethyst, which is another beast altogether. Who needs it? Anyone with big ideas or big dreams, probably you. Yo, we were just talking about this. This is crazy. Where to put it? Wherever you set intentions. Placing some citrine in your pocket each morning makes an energetic statement like greatness is out there and I am coming for it. Come on, spirit, stop. When to use it? When it's time to really get on your grind and start creating the tomorrow of your dreams today. Manifest your masterpiece with citrine. Can I make this up? What a perfect way to close out this reading, because it really summarizes, you know, everything that I've been saying with these energies that are coming through for the collective. It really just feels like a time to surrender to joy, a time to surrender to peace as things are kind of unraveling for us, like maintaining your high vibration, maintaining your alignment through your triggers. Because what's happening is you're actually clearing out energy, negative energy, so that you can bring in more, you can attract more positive, more high vibrations, your manifestations, whatever this is that you're looking to cultivate, to create. Whether it's money, whether it's art, whether it's content, whatever this is, it's going to look different for each of you. This is the way to do it. So if you guys don't have citrine, if you guys can get your hands on it, it would be good. But if not, just meditate on the energy of what this represents, of what this symbolizes, because I do feel like it will help. It really, really will. So you guys, that is what I have for you. Thank you for vibing. Don't forget to comment down below, share, subscribe, like. Let's get this channel growing, glowing, and going. That is my manifestation, and I already know it's already happening. You guys also don't forget, I'm babbling. Don't forget to check out the newest series, Open Your Eyes, dropping literally today, full moon in Virgo, how fitting. But check it out. Let me know how you feel about it. And also, don't forget to head over to my socials. You can find those in the description below to check out all the other cool things that I have going on: TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all those good things. Until next time, you guys, I love you guys so much. Thank you for vibing, connecting. Happy full moon in Virgo, and peace out.